I have this Tamotu for a year now, and of course I want to paint it. It's been a while since I made a painting video, but that doesn't mean I have not been painting all along. Actually, I painted a few garage kits and Gunpla before this, but I just didn't film it because this is a hobby after all, not work. So this will be a quick paint video, not much detail, just a straight repaint and some decals. So the idea is, this will be Nurse Joy's Tamotu, so mainly painted with white and red. I also plan to make a medical box behind it, like here. I will use some flat plate to make it. It will be carried behind here and I will just plug it in on the holes here. So first, we need to prep the whole kit. So as you can see, I made it on a whim. I don't know if you can see some knob marks. I didn't actually remove the seam lines and the mold lines, so I'll have to fix that. I usually use Tamiya cement for the seam lines, but for this video, I will use something else. I saw this Adam Savage video about using the CA glue plus baby powder to use as a filler, and today I am doing that. My problem with the Tamiya cement is when the two parts are not actually flush together. So if it's like this, I will show you a picture of what I'm saying. If it's like this, it's not actually sealing them both together, and then the surface will be flat. It will be looking like this when you do it. That happens when you over sand some surfaces, or it's just not really flush together. It's not really flat when you combine it together. So today I'm trying actually the CA glue plus the baby powder I learned from Adam Savage, and then just a straight up repaint. So let's start it. So there are seam lines that I will not fix, and there will be seam lines that I will fix. So for example, I will fix these seam lines on the legs. Can you see it? There you go. I will fix these seam lines because I want to repaint this as a whole thing instead of two pieces together. The same thing with the head. As you can see here, there's a huge seam lines all across the head. It's easily fixable because you can just remove the whole thing, and then you can separate it from this. So you can repaint it separately, and then you can seal the seam lines here easily, right? The other big seam line is in the body itself. There's a huge seam line across. There's a huge seam line across the body, but I don't want to deal with it because I'm gonna paint it separately anyway. So this is gonna be red, the head's gonna be white, and then the lower body is gonna be white. So that's gonna be the separation. Other than that, a minor detailing on the lights will be done, and then yeah, maybe I will focus more on the medical box behind. One thing I have to pay attention to is that when you're working with CA glue and the baby powder, they said it will be like the working time will depend on how fast your CA glue hardens. So I'm not sure if it's gonna be quick, but I'm gonna do it like a small amount at a time. I have a baby powder here, I have a CA glue here. I don't have any more of these, so wish me luck. So first, let's put some baby powder. I'm not sure if that's enough, but let's try it. I think it's gonna be like this, and then I will apply it to the thing. And then I'm gonna close it up. Like that. This is actually my first time doing this, so I'm not sure if I'm doing this actually right, but I hope I'm doing it right. So yeah, that's actually the gist of what I'm gonna do. So we're just gonna wait for this to dry, and then I will show you what it looks like after. So while we're waiting for this to dry, might as well start sanding some knob marks. So I just finished sanding off some parts, and I sanded off 2 of the legs as well. It looks good so far, right? It's like one whole part. Let's proceed with the other parts. So it's the next day already. I've sanded the parts, and we're moving on to the medical box behind the Tamotu. It's gonna be my first time scratch building a box, believe me or not. I was just gonna use my card as a ruler because my ruler is actually broken. After a lot of sanding, this is what it looks like. If there's any holes, I will fix that after the primer, so don't worry about it. This video is supposed to be a quick paint project for myself and expected to be a 2 to 3 day project, but because of mistakes, it just made it longer. Just imagine how long it takes to paint these small kits, and believe it or not, the paint job will not be perfect while in the middle of painting and even on the final product. While we're at it, let me show you my mistakes on this kit. There's barely any clearance on parts when I reassembled this kit, and it resulted to just a lot of paint chips. Just as I said, this is a quick paint project for myself and I just didn't bother fixing those. The medical cabinet is just not perfect, it's not even when you slot it in. The masking on the red cross is also not that good. I also applied too much CA glue and baby powder on the inside of the head. You can see that the part has a very small crack because of me keep pushing it down, even if the part does not fit as much as before anymore because of the CA glue. And to mention the elephant of the room, the shades of red are different on the body and the legs. Due to my frustration on fixing these small imperfections, I disregarded that the shade would be different when I spray another layer of paint over it. And you know what? It's okay. It's okay to have these imperfect painted kits, because you didn't spend a lot of time painting a kit for someone else. You made it for yourself. That being said, thank you for watching. If you want more of this kind of videos, please consider subscribing.